The city of Albany has been welcoming people who seek refuge for many years. Albany declared itself a sanctuary city, where officials are known for treating migrants humanely and limiting cooperation with ICE. In the past, Albany hosted immigrants from Burma, Iraq, and Syria. Recently, opened their doors to those from Afghanistan and Ukraine. Irina arrived from Ukraine 3 months ago with her husband and children and is relieved to settle here.
I'm happy because my daughter's with me. I know this in USA is not war. They can go in school. They have friends. It's very good, and I'm so happy because they do not know. They do not see war. In USA, we safe.
She learned about Albany from word of mouth.
When work started in my country, our friends from USA say we can help you and take you family for us. That's why we're here. We live in the western in Ukraine near the Belarus. Yes, Russian soldiers stay in Belarus. That's why we come. We go. We don't want what be next day. Our friends is died in the war. That's why we do not want to stay in home.
Irina and her family have a humanitarian parole visa in the US for 2 years.
We won't stay here, here, but I don't know what being after.
The mayor of Albany was very public about the treatment of migrants in the recent midterm election.
How can we be a relief valve to help with this crisis? Humane and proactive way, ensure that we are not disproportionately continuing to burden certain areas of this country with this crisis. This is a national crisis, and we all have to work together.
Lawmakers in Albany, such as Mayor Kathy Sheehan and State Assemblywoman Pat Fahey, have helped develop a resourceful environment for immigrants coming in.
There is a legal process. It's a long, involved one. It's an expensive one. I am not the judge in these cases, these court cases, but my role is to make sure that everyone has representation and that they are treated as fairly and as humanely as possible. And I recognize we have work to do.
I think that small cities provide two really big benefits. One is that we have small, close-knit, community-based organizations that want to do this work and have done this work at many levels throughout decades and decades. You know, we have an aging population, and we recognize the value that migrants bring to our community. That we're meeting the needs of the people in our community, and that we're creating safe spaces and spaces where people can succeed and thrive.
Is it easy? Again, not easy at the front end. Lots of resources needed, and we've gotten those for education. We've gotten those for the legal services, for the employment services, all of that. But yes, I think upstate generally is easier to navigate, whereas in New York City, it's 8 million people. It's easier for somebody to get lost there, whereas here it's a one-on-one.
Albany is making sure they have resources to support the incoming migrants by working side by side with many local organisations. Places such as the US Committee for Refugees and Immigrants and the Refugee Welcome Centre. We met this woman who will be referred to as S at the Refugee Welcome Centre. S came here with her husband from Afghanistan 3 months ago. Since she worked for the American government, she felt forced to leave Afghanistan, afraid of retribution by the Taliban.
In my country, I have left it all, my house, my family, my other members, my brother, sister, and I have left it. Starting from nothing is most difficult in things that I have experienced in the US. I was here, I was totally depressed, and I was thinking that why did I came here? The things which I don't have in my country is just peace.
Soon after she came to Albany, she found the Refugee Welcome Centre where she received help with a job, with housing and with support.
And the people in here is most kind. and they are helping. This center is putting value on the people, culture, and making respect for the people.
These organisations are essential in the simulation process for refugees and assist with the first step, which is finding housing.